Okay, guys, I've talked a little bit recently about vulnerability, and as I was doing these videos and I'm sitting out here by the campfire, I got to thinking about something with the vulnerability. A lot of times we think of vulnerability as it relates to opening ourselves up and being vulnerable with other people. But one of the things that kind of caught me off guard and kind of weighs on my mind a lot is that traditionally, as an adult, I have not believed in counselors. I've not been a big fan of counselors. I mean, I took the kids to them when they needed it, and I did what I had to do. But I wasn't really sold on the whole thing up until a little over a year ago. And now I'm a huge proponent. Turns out, now that I'm seeing one and talking to them, it's a great thing. But what I have realized is that part of my apprehension with counselors before and not liking them or not wanting to work with them was I wasn't ready to be vulnerable with myself. Forget everybody else. Um, I had a fear of what was going to happen if I saw a counselor and started talking, what things were going to come up, and things I was going to have to acknowledge and deal with. And I couldn't be vulnerable with myself. How in the world am I going to be vulnerable with anybody else if I can't be vulnerable with myself first? And it took a lot, and almost losing everything, and losing a lot of things, to get to a point to see that. And now, despite challenging year and a half, and a lot of changes, I'm in a better place now. And by being vulnerable, by talking, and by opening myself up to possibilities, I'm in a much better place. And despite challenges and despite some hard things happening, I'm thankful for the events of the past year because it's helped me um, in my growth and my progress and becoming Nathan 2.0. Um, but it was kind of it's kind of a kick in the gut to realize that all this talk about vulnerability and being vulnerable with other people, and I was the number one culprit of not being vulnerable with myself first, and for so long, for so many years. So something to consider when you're talking about vulnerability. Look inside at yourself, and are there things that you're running from that you don't want to talk about with yourself, that you don't want to acknowledge or deal with, and that very well might be the first step is getting past that.